Hello, great to have you with us on ERi-TV for English News Broadcasts live from the headquarters in Asmara at exactly 10:30 p.m. Today is Thursday, 14th of December 2023. The following are the top stories for this evening. National Union of Eritrean Women pledged to enhance women empowering programs. Eritrean abroad conduct various public diplomacy activities. Britain, Japan, and Italy signed treaty to build supersonic fighter jets. Flood risk: heavy rain persists in northeast Australia. The National Union of Eritrean Women pledged to enhance women empowering programs being undertaken throughout the country. In an interview conducted with ERINA, the president of National Union of Eritrean Women, Mrs. Tesfa Mikael, stated that from the year 2020 to 2023, the union, in cooperation with partners, has been engaged in organizing various vocational training programs for women, and that results were encouraging. Mrs. Tesfa noted that the union, in addition to the program charted out by the government, has been involving in assisting women with disadvantaged families and families of martyrs. Underlining the issue of women is the issue of the society, Mrs. Tesfa called on all citizens and government institutions to enhance contribution. Regarding the activities of Eritrean Women Organization abroad, Mrs. Tesfa said that Eritrean women in the diaspora are engaging in all national programs, and that the initiative they are undertaking to build vocational centers all over the country attests to their contribution. At the vocational center, various training programs including sewing, sculpture, weaving, designing, beadworks, and raffia crafts are being organized. She also indicated that the union, in cooperation with the Ministry of Agriculture, is organizing training programs on poultry, animal and bee farming, and in partnership with construction companies and Hara transportation, driving courses are being organized to women. Mrs. Tesfa further stated that over 60 motor pumps have been distributed to women involving in agriculture activities in Gashbarka region. Finally, the president of National Union of Eritrean Women, Mrs. Tesfa Mikael, called for enhanced role of the society in eradicating harmful practices and commended women in the diaspora for their unwavering commitment and contribution. Eritrean nationals residing in Rome, Italy, Juba, South Sudan, Vienna, Austria, and Geneva, Switzerland, conducted various public diplomacy activities. According to a report, the Executive Committee of PFDJ, National Union of Eritrean Women, National Union of Eritrean Youth and Students Organizations, Eritrean Community and Media and Public Diplomacy Committees in Italy on 8th and 9th December conducted 6-month activity meeting in Rome and charted out 2024 action plan. At the meeting, in which Ambassador Feshatzian Petros and Consul General Mr. Taglasembet Imam attended, executive committee from Rome, Milan, Parma, Verona, Torino, Napoli, Catania, Bari, Pisa, Abruzzi, and Brescia presented activity reports. The participants discussed on the report presented and expressed readiness to enhance contribution to the success of charted out resilience and development programs. Speaking at the event, Mr. Germahabta Mikael, the head of Public and Community Affairs, stated that 2023 witnessed strong Eritrean resilience and underlined the significance of enhanced consciousness and commitment in reaching out to the common goal. Ambassador Feshatzian Petros, on his part, gave a briefing on the objective situation in the homeland and regional developments, as well as opportunities, challenges of the prevailing era. Similarly, Eritrean Ambassador to South Sudan, Mr. Johannes Tagle Mikael, on 10th of December conducted a seminar to nationals residing in Juba. Ambassador Johannes explained that diplomatic victories Eritrea registered in 2023 and called on nationals to play due role to that effect. Participants on their part expressed readiness to strengthen participation by enhancing organizational capacity. In related news, Eritrean community in Austria on 10th of December conducted seminar in Vienna. The nationals conducted activity assessment meeting and elected a 5-member executive committee for a 2-year term. In the same vein, in a meeting conducted with heads of National Union of Eritrean Women branch on 10th of December, the charge d'affaires at the Eritrean embassy in Switzerland, Mr. Haptom Zerai, commending the role and contribution of the Eritrean women in resilience and development programs, called for enhanced participation. At the seminar, in which over 60 heads of the union branch participated, Mr. Tewelde Johannes, head of the Public and Community Affairs, gave briefing on the objective situation of the organization, particularly National Union of Eritrean Women, commending the participation of members in the implementation of 2023 programs. Mrs. Terhask Aleta, chairwoman of the Women Organization in Austria, presented action plan charted out for 2024. A meeting with the objective of strengthening adult education has been conducted on 8 December in Tsarona Sabzon. At the meeting, Mr. Azeze Mbaye, educational supervisor, indicating that owing to the awareness inculcated in the society, encouraging results is being achieved in the adult education program, called on ERA administrators to strengthen effort to create equal gender opportunity in the program. Mr. Suleiman Mahmoud, head of education in the Tsorona Sabzon, on his part, underlining the significance of adult education, called on all stakeholders to play due role in the success of the program. In related news, the Health Committee in Tsarona Sabzon organized a seminar on eradicating harmful practices and child rights to residents of the Sabzon. Seminar with the view of enhancing the quality of education was held in Aordet Sabzon on 10th of December. At the seminar, in which over 200 teachers took part, Mr. Gabriel Mikael Al-Azhar, head of the education in Aordet Sabzon, gave extensive briefing on the transferability of knowledge, technology, and skills, called on youth teachers to appreciate the responsibility of the teaching profession and to work hard to that end. The head of youth organization in the Sabzon, Mr. Meron Gabrihiwat, on his part, said that the union is working in cooperation with the Ministry of Education towards strengthening the quality of education as well as creating a platform for empowering youth teachers. Participants on their part, noting the importance of empowering youth teachers in the teaching learning process, called on all concerned to that end. We'll be back with international notes in a couple of seconds. Stay tuned. Britain, Japan, and Italy have signed an international treaty to establish a program aimed at developing an advanced fighter jet, the three nations' defense ministers announced it today, December 14. The parliaments of each country must ratify the agreement, which aims to see the combat aircraft in the flight by 2035. The joint development phase of the program will begin in 2025. Both the joint government headquarters of the Global Combat Air Program, GCAP, and its industry counterpart will be based in Britain. The government organization's first chief executive will come from Japan, while the first leader of the business organization will be from Italy, according to the announcement. The supersonic strength stealth jet will feature a radar that can provide 10,000 times more data than current systems, the British government has said. Heavy rain wreaked havoc in northeast Australia today, December 14, downing trees, cutting power, and forcing evacuation and road closure as residents face a risk of life-threatening flash floods. Jasper pampled the far north regions of Queensland state, home to several resorts along the world-famous Great Barrier Reef, after making landfall yesterday, December 13, as a Category 2 storm, 3 ranks below the most dangerous wind speed level. The storm, now downgraded to a tropical low, was tracking in a northwesterly direction toward the Gulf of Carpentaria, where it could intensify back to cyclonic strength over the weekend. Australia's Bureau of Meteorology said its latest update. Despite the downgrade of the storm, the Weather Bureau warned residents in cyclone-hit regions that heavy rain was forecast over the next 24 hours. Now we have a quick recap of the top stories. National Union of Eritrean Women pledged to enhance women empowering programs. Eritreans abroad conduct various public diplomacy activities. Britain, Japan, and Italy signed treaty to build supersonic fighter jet. Flood risk: heavy rain persists in northeast Australia. That wraps up our news broadcast for this evening. Thank you for watching. Good night.